do we got? Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thinking Game Podcast. This is Mike. We got Peel, we got Jay, and we got a special guest from the DFW. Once lived in Little Rock. We actually was in class together. My boy Mike. Two Mikes on the podcast. Mike and Mike, Peel and Jay. And oh yeah, we used to have some fun times in class too, man. I was telling him about this dude, man. This program, he's out like Jim Carrey dude, so irritating.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
That's how I do used to be. Oh man. But yeah, there's some characters at school, man, boy.
Yeah.
But man, how y'all week go, man?
Man,
Before
cold.
we get into it. Yeah, it's definitely cold. I got the heater on back here in the shop. I got the heater on, man. Little space heater.
Hustle and bustle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, it's warm down here, man. I heard
I know
Is
it
it?
is.
DF? It's
I
warm?
know it is.
it's like in
Wow.
it was like in the 70s today. It heated up a little bit,
Well,
but
y'all ain't got a lot of trees, ain't nothing but what, buildings and concrete.
Hey,
Sun bouncing off, yeah.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. I used to stay down there, man. It'd be a little cool in the morning. By noon, man, you coming up out your stuff.
Damn, NASCAR 500. What's the minimum car you got to drive in Dallas? You can't have no little Toyota Corolla on the freeway in Dallas. You got to have some muscle, man.
No, that's the minimum speed.
Huh? That's what I'm saying. You can't do that with no Corolla, man. You can blow that Corolla up, man. On the freeway in Dallas, man. Boy.
yeah, you're running a legal 70 down here. Shoes in Austin, it's legal 90s up posted. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Boy.
move down here.
They be speeding in the HOV lane. When I was there one time, I was like,
No,
man,
that's the lane you stay up out of.
Boy.
what is that for?
High,
The HOV lane.
high occupancy. So if you got like two or more people in your car, high occupancy vehicle.
Oh, okay.
You can really finesse the system if you have the tags, them exempt tags. Yeah, exempt tags and the my sister husband. I was just down there in Houston yesterday.
Yeah.
He got them he disabled vet tags, man. You can
Oh,
you
okay. Go
Yo.
get it.
high occupancy
Uh.
vehicle.
It's just like the carpool lane. So
Straight up, yeah.
So everybody call you now when it's cold Peel to get their leaves done?
Man,
Nah,
I
it's
was,
cold.
about to start up. I was like, what?
Y'all want to call when it's cold. Y'all had no bill for it. You want to wait till it get cold. And then do it get slow around Christmas because everybody ain't got no money? They said, I ain't got no money, man. You got to come around New
Nah,
Year's.
You know, some people want their stuff done before so it can look good when everybody come over.
Yeah.
Hold on, you got a lawn service?
Yeah, it's right at the top. Hey, REM lawn service.
Send me
Yeah.
his information, man. I got
See?
plenty of lawns for you to cut. Some shoes,
Yeah.
lawns, all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, make up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you can hit him up on DM on Facebook page too. I think that's his handles up there. So, but yeah, Jay, how your week go, bro? Then we gonna get into it.
No, nothing major. Hustle and bustle.
Hustle
Recover
and
from
bustle.
that birthday Sunday. So you know,
Man,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oof.
Kids don't understand, boy, how much you gotta spend, boy.
boy,
They don't, boy. They don't realize it, man. All they know they just having fun, but they don't realize as a dad how much it costs.
Woo. Look, and mine turned 18 in 2 weeks. I was like,
Ooh.
goodness.
Oh, you done, bro. You good.
A girl.
Nah, that's when it starts. When they turn 18.
Yeah, 18.
That's
and
when
a girl.
you waiting by the phone. Lord, please don't let me get that phone call. Bill got some good kids though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got him up out the south side right on time, boy.
Boy.
And swear they from the hood.
like Michael Irvin's son.
Boy.
Right.
What was his name? What was his son's name?
Oh,
Something
dude.
Tut. Something.
His music hard though.
Mike talking about he from the hood. He grew up in a 25,000 square foot house, man. What he talking about? He from the hood.
He was over Granny House, man. He was over his Granny
Man,
House.
that dude probably never even been to Fort Lauderdale. He probably never even been to Fort Lauderdale, man.
That's like T.I.'s son. You know what I mean?
I stand on business. I stand on business. Oh, man. Today's topic, guys, we talking about this. A lot of times we hear all this little crazy stuff on social media, but the challenges of being a man in today's time, man. These young boys need to know this, man, because when you turn 18, 19, man, you got to make your own decisions, man. It's not as easy. Sometimes it's a complicated thought process, but you got to think, man, because I'm saying one choice And then you turn to Lil Woody, man. You know, you think you tough till they get you in the interrogation room.
Yes.
Then you start singing, boy, being that singing.
15, 16, man. They ain't had you in there.
Man,
It's like nobody came to see you, Otis, but you singing in there.
boy.
You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
So we get into a hot topic first. Ask y'all this. I know we're not into the politics. I'm just saying like the whole thing. Was Biden out of pocket for the pardon? I know everybody probably heard about this. Y'all think he was out of pocket, man?
Nope.
And you think anybody would have done it for their son?
Anybody would have. Anybody.
You got to just start like these are not preachers. Like we hold our preachers,
Yes.
pastors on a higher moral platform, but this is a politician.
Politician,
You know what I mean?
100%.
We got to think about like what would a normal person do if you're in a position to help your child and you see all this other corruption, other felons being elected into office. Why not me? Why can't I use the system? I complained about you when you did it, or the other side does it.
Right.
But guess what? They did it and get away with it, so I'm gonna do it
It's
too.
cool when
So
they do it. It's a problem when not do it.
Yeah, because that showed my boy Trump was about to pull. I want to say, did he pull back from it or something like that?
I mean, all inner city
Back
laws
when
come from politicians doing that. I mean, if you
Oh
look,
yeah. I mean, like I told my wife, as a man and as a provider of the house, some things I just don't get caught up in. Like that don't affect me in no way. I mean, most people, whether you in politics or in business, we see that. How many CEOs you see, man, I'm not gonna hire my kids. I'm not gonna hire my kids. Next thing you know, their kids working there. Now they may not be an executive, but they got their kid a cushy job in the company. You know what I'm saying? It happens. And it's gonna keep happening, you know what I'm saying? So
it's basically like giving your kid an allowance, you know what I mean? That's tax deductible. You can count it as their income. So you got to use the system to your advantage, you know what I mean? And then like people, the things that don't affect you, right? Like some of these laws don't affect, because you're not a criminal, you know what I mean? You don't even have a criminal record or background. You don't do anything illegal, so this stuff doesn't affect you. And they use these things to get their children out of trouble. But like a couple years ago, like the Clinton administration, he was passing laws to get more time for these petty drug offenses. You know what I mean? Somebody can get 10 and 20, 100 years for crack. You know what I mean? And that doesn't affect you until a police officer drops some crack in your car on a routine traffic stop and you get 10 or 20 years. It only takes 2 days in prison to change your life forever. And now you got 10 years for something you didn't do, because it doesn't affect you until it does.
right. And I understand that too. Like being a man, you have to understand both sides of the coin. It doesn't affect you until it does. But if you're not on that side of the coin, if it don't affect you, you have to keep moving, because as a provider, as a man, you have to realize what's important to you and what's not, like a priority list, I guess. You know, if it's in the top 5, probably not. Probably in the bottom 50. You know,
because it doesn't stop your responsibilities. It doesn't help like anything. It doesn't affect you, because hey, them kids still need to eat. No matter what Joe Biden or Donald Trump or Kamala Harris does, they still got to eat, and you're responsible for that.
What you think, Mike? You think he was out of pocket, Mike? What you think, bro?
no, I mean, all politicians do that. Like,
exactly.
I didn't live in Oregon and Washington before. I mean, when they start shooting up dope, what they do, they start legalizing heroin. Now you can legally shoot up heroin on the street.
Wow.
So, yeah, like they arrest you for jaywalking while the dude getting high on the street.
Looking like a Thriller video at night, boy.
Straight up. If you go up to Portland, it look like The Walking Dead.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen the videos. You know what I mean? It's like Thriller. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's absolutely correct when they changed the laws to fit them. Crack was just a menace. Only criminals do crack. But then when people start taking opioids and all these pills, now it's an epidemic. That these people need help. But you was locking every crackhead up. But now this is hitting home. They don't want these people in good families to have a criminal record just because they're using drugs. But what about my family that was a crackhead or a meth head? What about their criminal record?
So is crack out of style now? it almost is crack trended out now? Is it now most fentanyl and meth now?
Yes, yeah.
I remember, like, say, crack used to be a really
But-
big talking. Now it seems like crackheads they just almost like
I forgot the name of the drug that's sweeping through the East Coast, man. It's something
Fentanyl.
different. Yeah, it's
Ain't
something
fent-
different.
wow.
What'd you say?
Thought it was Fent. Fent seemed like it's sweeping
Yeah.
everywhere right now.
Couldn't
No, I
you
think this
explain
this
with-
look different. I think this one's different. You know that fentanyl gonna take you out. It's some drug. I gotta look it up.
Man.
But it's something bad though. Like it's sweeping through Philadelphia. real
What
tough.
drug not bad?
No, I'm talking about like
I'm messing with you.
that's
I
like
ain't never
saying
heard of
weed bad.
a good drug, man. What's some good drugs? Depending on where you live at, though, you know, sometimes, you know, them fiends, boy, they tell you some story. Boy, that was some good. He said, man, that's like going to Texas Roadhouse, man, and getting that butter roll. That's about how they dope.
He was like, well, he said crack tastes like ribs. We ain't crack tastes like ribs. But
Man, boy.
but that's the thing, man. It's just it seems like crackheads or people got like value about themselves now. Like you could get a crackhead to fix your brakes for like $20. You know what I mean? Whole brake job. You know what I mean?
Hope so. You hope it worked. Yeah.
You know, take your whole catalytic converter out. You know what I mean? For $10. But now, you know what I mean? They don't want to do nothing. The crackheads.
Yeah,
don't
lie.
wanna
Yeah,
work.
they more lazy now. Hey, man, can you remodel the house? Nah, I don't do that no more, man. You know what I'm saying?
Lazy crackheads down there.
Get
Yeah.
lazy. Like they don't want to do.
Even the homeless people, man, they don't even want to clean up behind themselves. They just trash up everything.
They
man.
call it
one-
they call it trank. Trank.
Oh,
Rhino-
Trank. Oh, wow.
Rhino trank.
What community is it hitting? That's the question.
Oh, is it? Well, no, it's
Well, that's on the other side. That's what you
it's,
gotta
it's hey, but really it's mostly the Caucasian. Yeah, but it's bad, man.
Oh, yeah.
If it's the Caucasians, they're gonna pass some laws to protect those people.
I'm talking about they just falling.
I'm
It
gonna be
looked
really,
like a thriller video for real.
really come down to who using it. Even if it's
Mhm.
it go up what demographic
My
class.
thing is, if you know it
Yeah.
don't go in your body, why use it? Like, you gotta have common sense. Some people they ignore common sense. If this ain't a medication, I mean, I don't know. Like, if somebody give you some, what's this Trank? Common sense, like, okay, are you gonna take that or you go?
Hell yeah, somebody gonna take it.
It's like a
crazy,
tranquilizer. It's a party.
Man,
It's gonna be a party, y'all.
then it be singing to you. Sound like you at a Kim concert. Don't be singing to you. I gotta take it. All right, guys, we'll move on to the next time. If you gotta pick one, which one would you pick? Medium rare steak or etouffee? I think that's how you say it. Is it etouffee?
Yeah,
I'm not from Louisiana, so I don't speak
it can be
etouffee.
anything. It can be anything in etouffee. It can be shrimp, but I'm definitely going steak. You know what I mean? You can't go. I'm a classic man, I guess.
Yeah, I don't want to be like Zion, so I'm gonna go steak, man. You know what I'm saying? Be 320, man, trying to hoop, man. That's a lot of weight, man. That's what he down there eating. He probably can't you imagine you a triple digit millionaire, man, and man, they offer you this kind of food, man.
That's a delicacy, man. That's French.
Which one you picking, Mike?
I'm gonna do the etouffee. You know, I ain't
You
real
the
big.
etouffee?
Yeah.
I know you the LSU guy. Yeah, you down there with the. Are you a vegan now? You almost vegan now? Oh,
I ain't messing with no medium rare. I'm good, man.
a medium rare the best way to eat it, man. What?
Best way to
I'm
eat it.
medium rare.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. Get some OJ gloves, man. Good steak knife.
Can't do medium rare, man.
No, but like
That's the best way to eat it, man. Y'all want a hockey puck. Y'all want like a hockey puck.
It's more rare, really.
I
you know
want
what I
medium.
mean?
Yeah, I would prefer a medium.
It's what a 2-degree difference, maybe? What's
Yeah,
that?
no, it's a difference of the line. You know what I'm saying?
2-degree difference.
It's got a different name for a reason. They don't call it the same thing.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm split. I'm split between them though.
All right, get to some of these man topics, man. A perspective of being a man is learning on the fly as a man. Sometimes in the inner city, we don't have all the information available to us. So, what are some of the things that you had to learn on the fly that you wasn't taught when you was younger that you kind of figure out along the way? Do you think these young bulls need to know coming out of high school?
I think that applies to everything. I mean, your first fight, like, you know what I mean? My dad told me how to fight and told me the things to watch out for. But when it happens, things are different. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You fight one person, but you got beef with 3 people the next day. You know, it's like, well, this is like, well, they belong to this clique or their family is big. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was only going to have to be one person, you know what I mean? And then it's like ongoing beef and things like that. When you have conflicts, sometimes it just doesn't end when it climaxes, you know what I mean? It's a lingering effect. So all the decisions you make sometimes have a lingering effect, especially the negative ones. Good decisions have an effect too. So if you learn to work hard, you know what I mean, though it'll affect you later on in life as well. So good habits affect you just as much as bad habits, but it's always an ongoing effect of one thing you do in the moment.
Yeah. Where you go, Pia? What you think? It's a lot of stuff. It's just something that stands out to you.
It's really money management.
Oh
Because
yeah, for sure.
you run across so much money, but you spend it, and like I say, once you get everything that you wanted as a kid growing up, then when you get older, you be like, really get older, you be like, dang, I really didn't need all this stuff. I really could have managed my money a whole lot better. But in the you living in the moment. But that's what I tell them, like. Stuff like that. Like, I was taught all the wrong stuff. All the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
Everything was wrong. I learned it. And then the stuff that I know now, I was like, damn, I really didn't learn that until I turned 24 and to the age I am now.
So you learned a lot of stuff off experience, like basically on the fly that it really serves you versus the things other people taught you.
Yep. Yeah.
And the consequences of those bad financial decisions, you know what I mean? You either sit up in debt or don't have what you should have or what you think you should have. When I look back on the amount of money, I've never been rich, but I spent a lot of y'all be like, man, you spent that? Yeah, some years I only made 20,000, but I probably spent 50 or 70. You know what I mean? I was like, how does that happen? You know what I mean? So where there's a will, there's a way. You know what I mean? I'm still balanced now, but you know what I mean? If I would have made better decisions, I would be in a better position.
Yeah.
What you think, Mike?
Man, learn on the fly, man. I really think it come down to what you was taught at home, right? What you was taught at home, because whatever you kick to the curb, may not kick to the curb, but once you get out of the real world, you're gonna have to learn. But I think a lot of the problem is a lot of people aren't focused on what they want. And not only they're not focused on what they want, they are afraid of mistakes. And they live in their comfort zone. So I tell people straight up, go fall on your face. When I was 19, I moved 3,000 miles away from my parents. I was like, let me go somewhere else. I moved to Little Rock, where my other family was. Left there, moved to Texas. So what it does is once you get out your comfort zone, you learn on the fly as a man. That's what you're supposed to do. A lot of people, they back down from that challenge. I tell people, because I tell people, the first thing you need to do when you're 18 and graduate high school, leave where you from. I don't care if you go back. Leave where you from and get uncomfortable. That's the only way to truly grow.
Get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Straight up. I just had a speech that said that exact same thing. And the reason why I tell people that is that's how you push yourself to your limits. I don't care if you go back home, but just get out of your comfort zone. You know, because even if you ain't got the means, find a way. Like, shoes, I don't care if you got to take student loans and go live somewhere, live on campus, take student loans. Learn and figure things out and learn how to walk alone, because then you can lead a family. See, we be letting people try to lead a family and you ain't got no life experience.
Man, for real.
And that's one way to go out there and get it and create that faith in yourself. You know what I mean? If you're always leaning, your family's going to be there to support you. But when you never try and you're always using it as a crutch, And it's hard to not use things as a crutch when they're available to you. So that's why he says moving is a critical piece on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right
Yeah,
up.
that's why I got the woods behind me, because that's when you in the woods, man, you leave your family. You pretty much feel like you out in the woods, man. You know what I'm saying? I told them at church, you know, when you in the woods, just anything goes. I learned that on the fly. Anything goes. I always tell my cousins, anybody dating has no rules. All these things that you think of ain't no rules. You may have some guidelines, but I'm pretty sure all four of us got different guidelines when we was younger about how we dated women, you know what I'm saying, or how you deal with people, you know, how you deal with somebody that's trying to take advantage of you. Do you go ahead and cut them off right then, or do you go ahead and handle that? But then what if it's your family? And sometimes things can get complicated, but you got to find a way to simplify, you know what I'm saying, situations to prevent legal situations, because that's one thing about growing up in the inner city. Legal situations, man, you realize how much stuff costs. You know what I'm saying? And a lawyer, you don't realize it. Like, man, to retain a lawyer, you may be spending $7 to $10 grand just talking to him. You know what I'm saying? And staying out of trouble as much as you can is learning that. You know, sometimes we play with the line. We get right there to the line. Some people be like, "Nah, I'm good." Some people be like, "Yeah, let me go deeper in the woods." You know what I'm saying? But I know, like, you know, some people can't do that. They never explored that side of themselves, that dark side. But well, like selling girls' dreams and stuff. Like we just what we say, selling girls' dreams or whatever. But what some people don't realize is sometimes women know that you do that, but you know what they tell you? What's that song? People say you do this and do that, but just be good to me. You like, wait a minute. They know, she know I'm coming at her crazy, but she said, I don't care what you do to them, just be good to me. But you hear these women out here talking crazy about men at the same time, but they'll be the
honest, they want what you want. You know what I mean? You think you're really selling them something, but they're there for
they put themselves in the way. Yeah, they wanted you to sell it to them.
You know what I mean?
100%.
They heard the stories about your reputation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes that's why they're there. You know what I mean? And
I know your batting average. I know you batting 380. You know what I'm saying?
I seen the picture. I seen the picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I seen the picture. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how you see that? But because sometimes, you know, we're not as sneaky as we think we are.
Yeah, for sure.
Some of them know exactly what they're getting into.
Yeah.
But you know, y'all two make the mics make a good point. Being uncomfortable and making foolish decisions is two different things. You gotta like, hey, am I being reckless or am I growing? Am I thinking on the fly? You know, trying to adjust to your uncomfortableness and trying to grow. You do something too far out of bounds, it can set you back. You know what I mean? And you can be sitting behind those bars, or you can have these kids that you didn't want. You can have a house in Vegas. And some things you can't come back from being
that house in Vegas, boy. You can't come back from that. Unless you got that Magic Johnson money.
Being strong, thinking on the fly, and adjusting. I mean, that's just a part of life. You know what I mean?
And then things in life is uncomfortable, like learning how to talk to women. Like some dudes still uncomfortable now in their 40s breaking the ice. You know what I'm saying? I know we out the game because we married, but you know when we was younger, we knew dudes that was like that. You know, or I know some dudes are attracted to certain girls, and certain girls are attracted to certain dudes, and it's like the compatibility of that. You know what I'm saying? You start realizing like people attract different people. You know what I'm saying? Based on their personality.
I know a dude that's basically he gay right now because it was uncomfortable. Yeah, I mean it was uncomfortable. He was always nervous, afraid, anxious to talk to girls, and he was more comfortable with talking with guys. I'm more comfortable with talking with y'all. Y'all are guys, but I like women. But he never embraced the uncomfortableness to get what he want. It was just much easier to talk to me.
Is that the choice that he made? That's the excuse?
And then he got the banana in the tailpipe, and then now he's on their side. You know what I mean? Because he didn't want to get good at it. You know what I mean?
So is that the thinking game when I hear that, it's like, did he use that as a way to justify him going down that journey? Or did he really just didn't want to talk to girls? Because we know some dudes that was terrible social skills and they still got girls. So I don't know. I'm just saying sometimes people.
It's easy for a man to get a woman if he know what he want from her.
Some dudes they accidentally get women. That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying they say that. You
Yeah,
know.
I mean,
I'm saying, you know, with who you are, if you know what you want, right?
Yeah.
It's
That's what I'm
easy
saying.
to attract it and go get it. Even if you're a shy person, but you know what you want, you were gonna go get it. It's just nature. That's you as a natural as a man, right? So I mean,
Go turn it up. Go turn up a whole nother notch.
I was just saying, man. Some people
I'm
use
gonna give him the game, whether I'm nervous or not. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm gonna give him the game, but I think that wasn't an excuse, and this is more comfortable being in this environment, and then you adapt. Some more things happen in this person's life, and they end up where they are. But when they were trying, they got the most humiliating stories in their mind. The anxiety or the failure is the fear of failure was so great as a child. And now I see this person as an adult, well, not as a teenager, not as a child. And
I think you learn that as a man too on the fly, right? People will they'll BS you about excuses and stuff, right? They'll
of course.
Oh yeah, I didn't wake up saying I was gonna smoke crack, but the choice that you made to smoke the crack, yeah, you did. You kind of did say that, but you said, I didn't wake up saying I was gonna do drugs. But man, why are you over there in the trap house, man? You should have never went over there in the trap house. You know what I'm saying?
But drugs is always like the effect of something. Like they're trying to escape something. Nobody.
No, but it comes down to a choice. That's what I'm saying. It comes down to a choice.
Nobody said
you don't blink your eyes and the pipe in your mouth. That's all I'm saying.
I want to get away from something. I want to get away from something so bad. Anything can help. They're searching for healing, medicine, God, whatever, and they tried everything.
But the data.
else.
But we
Maybe
got data. That's what we learned on the fly. It's data out there that said it won't work though.
Maybe this crack will help me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I tried everything else. Man, I tried everything else.
Yeah, some people do.
But I'm gonna be real. That comes from just really not acknowledging like any type of family trauma or whatever trauma you're running from. I think that's really what it come down to. Like drugs, any of that. Like even any addictions you got, man, it just come from family stuff that you ain't.
And
really
as a man, right? As a man, you have to learn that about yourself. Some things you have to admit, like to resolve those issues. It's dudes our age that never made a mistake. Like, dude, you have to admit to yourself, dude, I messed up. I got to get better at this. Right. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's hard you have an ego. It's hard to admit, like, okay, my red zone offense is not that great. I need to do better when I get in the red zone. You know what I'm saying? But
that's also comes from, do you want to grow? Right?
Yeah, sure.
Most people don't truly want to grow. They want to blame everything and else around them. Like, for example, we just got out this political season or whatever. You see how many people be going crazy over all this stuff, and it's like you don't know how to adapt to whoever in the office. Like, dang, bro.
Don't change.
For real.
But cats be really like, man, I can't adapt to what's
they talking about they believe dude talking about he gonna make groceries affordable. Dude, he just talking about slapping tariffs on China. Ain't nothing gonna be affordable. Nothing.
But in general though, like even if you know that, you don't know how to adapt, you don't know how to create more income.
100%.
You know how to adapt, know how to create more income, know how to practice work. You know what I'm saying? And people don't want to take that because it's like it's the hard thing. You got to put in that work. You got to put in that work, just like in the streets. You got to put in that work.
See, and a lot of times it's not the work; it's the thinking. Thinking is the work that they don't want to do. They'll be on the whole squad. They'll do manual labor. They'll do that kind of work. But when you have to think and navigate, think on the fly, things like that, they don't want to do that. The mental work that's required to hustle or to find a way. Right. If somebody can tell you the way and you can work up to it, yes.
Even somebody tell you the way, like master classes, right? We got an 8-hour master class. How many people?
That's the difference. Like you got to. It's all about choice. You got to choose the right master class. You know what I mean? If I can sell you a breeze to nowhere. Yes. You know what I mean? Please come take my class.
And then how many people buy a master class and never look at it though? You have to sit down and learn it at the same time.
Yes, I mean, a lot of people get the analysis paralysis.
Yeah.
I'm going to think 30 years on which master class to buy. They're stuck on the step one. And like I say, like Mike was saying, family trauma. People don't, that happened a long time ago. That don't affect me. That ain't nothing. Your uncle touching you or your
Your mama not being
You're
all
Like
that stuff.
that right there that ain't talked about, like your uncle touching you. That's
Yeah.
why people choose that crack pipe. They ain't trying to think about that. You know what I'm saying?
Forever, you know what I mean? And you can't choose what memories to access or whatever. You can't stop every time you see a three-speed fan. You're taken back when that uncle came into that room. So what do you do to block out that trauma? You know what I mean? You need something. You need therapy, God, but crack is more affordable and it's close to.
You said crack is more affordable.
You know what I mean? So people.
Hey, if
don't-
you got trauma, we only
You know what?
$4.99.
but they what they did to me didn't affect me. That don't make me abusive. That's not why I beat my wife. That's not why I drink every night. They don't put that stuff together. So
Yeah,
now, Mike, you
that's
made a great point on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm be
Anybody
real.
else want to say something?
I'm real. Like when you talked about like people not addressing their trauma. I don't know if I know y'all know who Charleston White is, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
for
sir.
sure.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
real. That's why I love dude, because he be talking to people to how they can go and address that. Like he really goes deep to the people that need to hear that can hear it. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't like his message and how he say it, but I love it. I'll be like, if the people that need to hear it, it's gonna land on their ears, and I think that's a lot of
I
trauma.
mean, he tried to do it like the right
that's
way.
Yeah.
Fully clean. Nobody listened to him, you know what I'm saying?
Straight
So
up.
he just turned up, I guess. Yeah.
I'm gonna be hold on, you can't cuss on this podcast, but he had to do it the first way. You can't do it with a suit and tie. They ain't listening no more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Y'all wanna nigga, I'm gonna act like one. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it
Yeah.
to way. And that's sometimes how you gotta give it to people. You know?
Yeah.
So I mean, the same thing with Kevin Samuels when he was like nice and he said what y'all wanted to hear and he dressed it up for y'all. Y'all thought it was good, but y'all didn't react. Now when he's being a-hole or like Charleston White, when he's delivering a message raw, now y'all have a problem with it. But when you have a problem with something, it seems, or conflict, it seems to go viral. It reaches more ears. Negativity reaches more ears than positivity.
Yeah. The only thing that I hate about it with Charles is just people want more. It's like feeding Seymour when you go down that route. It's almost like you have to keep nicking yourself. You got to keep putting feed me. The negativity, they just want more of it, and it's like how far. I hope he don't hurt himself. I hope he don't put himself in a position where he get hurt. But
This is what I think though. This is what I think the good part about it. The good that comes out of it is look at the platforms he got on. Because his
right.
favorite interview of him is the one with Cam Newton. Like he took it there, and then he took it there in like a way that now everybody see like, oh, this is what you was trying to do. Now he on the right platform. So I think I think he probably is going to put himself in that position. But I think people ain't going. No, but he like he you know what I think is? He'll straight up tell you, I'll call the police on you.
Yeah.
He know who.
But that's the thing people don't realize. In the streets, the police still take time to get there. Though somebody could pop before the police get there.
If somebody know, a street dude, if somebody know, like, hey, dude is a willingly known dude that's gonna tell, and
they don't want them problems.
Yeah, you don't want
They want them
But we know, but we all know street dudes that still will crash out. If you meet that wrong person, they'll still crash out.
They ain't crashing out on the police. That's what
No,
Charles.
they won't crash out on the police.
You know what? So what y'all saying? Charleston White is doing is strategical. The ones that's dangerous enough to be a threat to him got sense enough to know, dude, to call the police. And the ones crazy enough to mess with him, despite him calling the police, they too stupid to be really, really dangerous. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure if we go to O Block, they don't care about the police. If we go to O Block, they gonna eat his lunch. If we go to O Block. Them dudes crazy, man.
It depends on it depends on the situation. But he said he's not going there. He's not going to a place.
We talk about it all the time. You think about Highland Park. They didn't care about the police. Go over there playing if you want to.
Yeah, you see what happened too.
Yeah, I know that's what I'm saying.
It's not there no.
I know, right? I know. What I'm saying. But there's some dudes out there that'll crash out though. There's some dudes out there.
There was.
Dude, you don't think it's like that no more? I think it's still some young bulls out there.
No, I mean, guess what? But they're in that place. So the ones that are stupid enough to crash out on a cop or a known snitch, their lifespan and their
Right.
freedom.
I'm not saying it's a lot of them, but
it's very short. No, it's short. And they will get caught because they're not smart. The ones that are
Right.
smart enough to be dangerous won't do it. You know what I mean?
Leave it
It's
alone.
really calculated. And he's not that much of a threat to any criminal organization worth his salt to hit.
yeah, I think he know how to move. Though. I think on
He
camera
ain't
he's
dumb.
one person, but off the camera he know how to move. He not stupid though. He not. I think he know how to move and not put himself in them situations. I like old boy though. The other dude he used to do the podcast with though. What's his name? Is it Percy? OG Percy? He be talking about that dude. Pretty cool too, man. Dude, pretty funny,
Yeah.
man. Tales from a crazy. Tales from a crazy.
That's crazy.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's you know what I'm saying.
But
You know,
yeah.
I like what he's talking about, but just in
Oh,
general, that's what we have to learn on the fly. You know, you got to learn
Yeah.
certain things, but get out
Yeah.
that comfort zone for sure.
All right, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
to change. Everybody know my
Mike
name.
always
I guess I
talking about
gotta
it. You know what I
charge.
mean? You got to struggle now to be comfortable later. You know what I mean? You don't have, like, when you're young and got strength, you don't want to be comfortable. Like, you know what I mean? But when you're in a wheelchair, yeah, you need to be living a life of ease. But you earn that life of ease and leisure when you're in your younger, stronger days. So.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like before we get off this too, learn on the fly, learning how to make those good decisions that set you up for later in life. Like taking the gap year, man, dude. Just man, go do an apprenticeship or something, do a trade or something. Don't. So much stuff can happen within a year, man, and it can set you back so far, man. Just it's kind of dangerous sometimes. You gotta be careful with that. It's like rolling the dice almost. You know
But
what
you
I'm
do
saying?
have to learn to appreciate the rest period. But you just out of high school. What you need a break? I mean, like you know what I mean. You haven't really kind of earned your rest. You know what I mean? It's
Because
too
I
easy.
know I didn't understand when I was younger that you can make, if you go down a certain path, you can make, 60, 70, 80 grand a year as a salary. I didn't even know that was possible growing up in Southwest, you know what I'm saying? Just like when I was younger, like what? You know what I'm saying? But it's out there, but you got to understand how to get to it. It don't just happen. You just don't snap your fingers and you making 80 grand a year or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna
Something
be
like that.
real. A lot of that come from our upbringing, though. Is
Man.
For sure. Yeah.
I'll tell you why. Because I'm gonna be real, and that's what I noticed about living here and being around other coaches and how they move.
Yeah.
They give their kids a plan of what you're doing. Like
Yeah.
they parents straight up tell them, you either
Yes.
going to school to be a doctor or
Yes.
engineer. Ain't nothing else. I ain't paying for nothing.
The Nigerians, let me tell you something.
No, for real. And what it
Already
does,
set up.
You
What
go
it
to
does-
school to be a doctor.
yeah, it creates a culture. And that
Yeah.
culture is this is
So-
this the bottom line, and this is all we're gonna do. You can go be a chef in your free time. You can pay for that after you a doctor. Straight
I
up.
say that all the time.
Yeah, I'm telling my kids straight up. You're going to be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, or you can learn a trade. Other than
Yep.
that, I ain't paying for nothing else. You go figure that out.
Exactly.
Like I told my son, but I teach my son everything I know about real estate.
Right.
Teach him everything. Now he can, when he older, whatever else, he can get one of those degrees, and then if you want to be a YouTuber, go do it.
Right. For sure.
Yeah, it's easier to chase your dreams on a full stomach. You know what I mean?
Straight
Like
up.
if you
Straight
want, you got to eat first. You know
Straight
what I mean? I always tell people that. I know so many PhDs in music. You know what I mean? Like,
Man,
what are you
that's
doing? I
crazy.
mean, and they're like working 9 to 5. You make $35,000 with a PhD.
Man.
I mean, I'm not saying they're wrong. Hey, that's your dream. Chase it. But Mike, you're talking about like, hey, if I would have known these things, knowledge and experience just don't appear. So you
No.
cannot feel guilty about not taking those
No.
opportunities when you were 19, 20, and you just didn't know that. And it's no
No,
way
I don't feel
to go
guilty. I
back
just
in
say that
time,
to the young
give
people.
yourself that experience.
Yeah, I just tell the young people that so they can understand, like, just because you don't know it, I can give you the insight so you can know it. And if you want to make a better decision, it's up to you. You
And,
know what I'm saying? I'm just being transparent about how I was when I was younger, you know what I'm saying?
and
And sometimes your focus is in the wrong place. My focus was on cars,
What you got,
girls,
Phil?
and money, you know what I'm saying? And that's where my focus was. It shouldn't have been there, but it's where it was. You
but
know what I'm saying? So,
like
Oh, yeah.
you try not to blame parents because they did the best they could with what they had. And like I say, what I learned a lot of bad stuff, but I learned a lot of good stuff too. Like I didn't know how. My dad didn't teach me how to change a tire, whatever. My
Right.
grandpa did.
Right.
My
And
grandpa
I
did.
think me and Nick talk about this all the time. Learning about your parents from an objective standpoint, where you look at the whole canvas and not judge, but learn what not to do based on what happened before you. You know what I'm saying? That if you can do that, you know what I'm saying? Because like I say, people be talking about history and stuff. Like, listen, man, most people don't even know how far their family history go back. And then if they did, it'll probably break your heart. Some of the stuff that happened in your family. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh, you hit it on the head. Like when they say history, I tell people too, when I say history, I'm talking about some people be like, they know all this history, but don't know who their grandma is. Like
Yeah.
the history you need to go figure out. Because that's your DNA. That's what's running through you. The decisions they made, them probably the same decisions you gonna make if you're in the world. Because that's a huge man.
Yeah,
Like knowing your dad, what your dad made, what mistake your mom made, and then
Boy.
what good did they do, and adding that, and then seeing what you can take and seeing what you can put away.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because those characteristics and those behaviors are sometimes ingrained in you, even though you didn't see them. It's just stuff how you eat, how you're like, how many sides you get. You know what I mean? Eating spaghetti as a side. You know what I mean? And now you're 300 pounds. You don't know why. And then it's like it's hard to find out that your grandma used to sell that thing. You know what I mean? But that's Mima.
Man, I can't be having.
And what's the percentage of families if you go back to know that the slave master part of your family? You know, what do you think the percentage of that is? You know, you can really trace it back. Or like 80% probably. You know
my mama light skinned. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I hear when it come out. So,
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was real hesitant on that ancestry.com, but I finally went ahead and did it. Man, I've traced my family back to the 1700s. It was crazy.
Oh, that was
But it's crazy. Like you start seeing, and then you start meeting your other family. You know, because I ain't gonna lie, my granddaddy, Rolling Stone, man. You know, be real,
cousin.
Because it's an 18s and all.
Yeah, man.
Cousin Pete.
Yeah,
my dad's side of the family is doing that with our family reunion. We're just trying to because we got a lot of family in different states. Because you know what I mean. Sometimes you go on vacation. You know what I mean. You're gonna be just hitting stuff. You know what I mean. Hey man, that might be your cousin. You gotta chill out. Because you know people go on a cruise and start. You know, it's a shooting gallery, and then it's like you know. The baby.
What if you mess around and get the house in Vegas from a family? That'd be great.
That's a new meaning of keeping it in the family.
Whoa. Next topic.
Oh, that's funny. So, if you had to pick one, which one would you pick? I got a couple of videos. Let you check them out. The Shaka or the Sandman? Let me pull up the video while y'all talking.
Hey, y'all, I gotta hop on another podcast, man.
Man, go ahead, bro.
Man, but yeah, it was cool. Then y'all have me back, man. I definitely come.
We definitely come back, man. For sure.
Appreciate it.
So they better than us, huh? We gonna change that real soon.
10 minutes late.
We gonna change that real
They
soon.
not like us.
Yeah, man, you come back on here though, bro. We hit you up, man. It's all
Yeah, hit
good.
me up whenever y'all want me, man. All right,
Okay, no problem. All right, bro. All right, man. Who y'all picking, the Shaka or the Sandman?
I know I'm going with the Shocker, Horace Pinker.
I'm gonna put a video for the Shaka.
I think, Peel, you ain't seen now one of them.
Hey, now one. Hey,
I'm gonna bring it up right now.
Try to remember.
Say your prayers, Squirt. I'll do you real slow.
They put a tickle flag on his prison outfit.
I had to put the thing on there so they don't ding us for it. The logo.
Hey! What the
This movie was crazy, man.
Showtime. What the hell are you doing?
All right, then the other one. This was funny too, man. This was stupid funny, man. Sandman. This kind of how you got to be in life, man. You can't give up in life, man. That's what I say.
Saying, man, I know it was came in 2023.
Welcome to hell. That's how you gotta be in life. Sometimes you get kicked in the fire, man.
I think I'm probably.
You gotta love promotion.
That made Van Dam like he was just cold. This dude about 4'11", man.
Hey, that's true.
Yeah, he was that short. This how you gotta be, Pill. You can't. Oh man, and he wasn't even superhuman. That's what's crazy. He just a psycho, man.
Van Dam with his dude head. Van Dam.
Watch this. That's how you gotta be sometimes. You gotta let him know, man. You can't kill me, man. Oh man.
Van Dam had the best career ever. He had 22 lines. 22 lines through the whole movie. Hey, what do you mean? I said, that's all he had.
He talked a lot. He talked a couple times to Bloodsport, but yeah, he shot at Death Warrant. He talked in Death Warrant a lot too, I think. Yeah.
22 lines. Yeah. You know what?
He always had some cold villains though. The villains did some of the most crazy stuff in his movies, man. I mean, Sandman, Chong Li. Nah. Sandman was cold though. He was crazy. He wasn't even superhuman. I think he just was a psychopath, man. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna go Sandman. I like the Shocker too. I'm gonna go Sandman though. Sandman was crazy, man. He couldn't. He literally had to kill dude, man. Literally. The Shocker was funny though, man, because dude was in the beginning when he was trying to get Shock himself, man, trying to get the power. Yeah, that movie was pretty crazy.
You got it.
You got it, brother. So, when you think about association as a man, how to avoid crime and trouble as a man, how hard is that? Or how do you avoid it?
Just the thing about crime and stuff, it's not that people want to be evil nowadays.
For sure.
It's not a lot of genuinely evil people. It's the shortcut. You want what everybody else got. Like, well, why Elon Musk got this and why the dope boys got this? You know what I mean? I want a Cybertruck. I want these things, and it's a shortcut to get those things. I can go to college, I can become a doctor, or I can just take this package from point A to point B. That's the thing. That's the appeal of crime. Yeah. Nobody wants to be evil. Some people wants to be murderers. Like most people don't want to be murderers, rapists, and things like that. They want the easy way out. They want something, and they'll take a shortcut to get it. So you got to take away the glitter of the shortcut, and then that's how you kind of.
They just want to be a part of something, and it comes from a lack of understanding. Like you can avoid crime. Of course, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. You it's certain stuff that when we grew up, like you were like, yeah, they doing wrong, but that ain't none of my business.
Exactly. Yep.
You mind your business. That pays. You know what I'm saying?
See, some people taught to say something. Some people taught mind your business and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Keep it moving.
Unless it's something wrong, like involving kids or something.
Hey man,
like
it was a dude at my job one time. He said that he was driving by and he seen a dude laying on the concrete, like a homeless dude laying on the concrete, doped out. And he said he drove around, he looked at him, he pulled up, he honked the horn. He said, "Man, are you okay?" And he didn't answer, so he just said, "I just ended up calling the police," and they came in, checked on him. And I'm thinking, man, you better than me, because when you go up in the hood, you shit doped out. You just keep it moving, man.
But those are assumptions based on your experience. I looked at the dude, that dude doped out. I've seen this before. That's what he is. I've seen heard instances where people call the police because somebody doped out, but it's like 20 degrees outside. You can't just lay on the ground like that.
Right.
And if you're not responding, that person needs help. Sometimes
when you get powered up though, that 20 degrees don't even seem like it's nothing when they get powered up.
When you're around, junkies and stuff, sometimes you don't see them as people. You know what I mean? And you was like, well, they don't need help. They chose that lifestyle, and we lose our compassion because we've been robbed by crackheads.
Or something happened. You go and say you all right, now you got a knife on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
you've been burned so many times, you don't see these people as people in need or even human sometimes. So sometimes we gotta
I mean, you can
check
even
our
see
head.
them. You can see them as people in need, but you also see the
I,
risk as
I,
well. You know what I'm saying?
as a person that been around it so long, you would know the difference between who need help and who just trying to this is what they do. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is what they do.
And you have to know that for sure. Some people don't know. They just like a natural curiosity. But when you grow up around, you're like, "Yep, he'll
Yeah.
be all right. He will be a okay."
Trust me. Trust me. Sean been smoking.
And then another thing is trying to not get to that phase or that circumstance to where you feel like that you got to go on that mission. You know, they band together. You see them banding together, and then somebody walk, man, what y'all talking about doing? Yeah, come over here, man. We talking about robbing the bank. You know, to not get in those situations. You seeing dudes band up together. He's like, yeah, they band up together. I'm cool. I'm going the other way because it's probably not going to be great what they talking about. You know what I'm saying?
because sometimes foolish people have to gather to make a plan, and the plan is still stupid with 5 people involved. So
And then they'll argue with you. That's what I'm saying. People don't realize we from where people argue with you that robbing the bank is a good idea. You know what I'm saying? We'll debate with you for hours while robbing the bank is a good idea.
now, guess what? Getting away with a bank robbery is a great idea, but it's a long
It's the execution.
way. It's a big piece in the middle that's just missing.
Boy.
Like, look, I learned early. You know, one of the OGs from the neighborhood decided to rob a bank. Would have got away scot free. Ran out of gas.
But that's why you robbing the bank. He needs the money for
Didn't
that.
check the gas tank. He was so.
But you know, and that
You got that adrenaline, man. You're not checking the
And
basic stuff.
and
that
that
adrenaline
person
kick
was
in.
that person was 16.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? If he was 16 and we was probably like what 10,
Yeah.
10 or 11 then.
Yeah.
And then he didn't get out to what we by 30.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
10, 15 years fair time for sure. 100%. So then we think about trouble. Like there's crime, there's illegal, then there's that stuff that's like that could get you in trouble.
Yeah.
Like when some homeboys be like, man, let's go talk to these girls. You're like, well, I don't know y'all like that enough to go do something like that because that could end up trouble. You know what I'm saying? I don't know y'all like that. You know what I'm saying? To go on that kind of mission with y'all. You know, they say, yeah, man, roll here with us. Roll where? I don't know y'all like that. I mean, I don't trust y'all enough.
You know.
I'm gonna go one thing about back to the crime, how it leads to this as well.
Yeah.
Only person sometimes you can trust is yourself
Yes.
to not snitch. And sometimes people snitch on themselves too. Sometimes you can't trust yourself. You can't trust your girlfriend. Like you gotta steal $500,000 and you gotta basically not tell nobody. You gotta not show it off. And so much stuff, even if you get away with it, keeping that a secret, even from yourself, is hard. You know what I mean? So, and then going places when people, even talking to girls, you don't know who's a pervert. You
Yes,
don't
that's
know
what I'm saying. Right. That's
You
what
go
I'm
on a
saying.
mission with somebody, the girl didn't consent. You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, when you're in the house and 3 dudes then did something with the girl, hey, your turn, and then the girl in there bleeding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what
Players
I mean?
Club, right? Like Players Club, right?
Yeah.
It's on Players Club? Yeah.
It's too many rules and unwritten rules to just do a bunch of stuff with anybody. That's how I was taught anyway. Like, man, you can't do everything with everybody. It's like,
No, absolutely.
you have to know your circle as they are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, true enough, like now that we
And sometimes some stuff you're not gonna know about your homeboys until you get in that situation too. That's the crazy part. Sometimes. Like,
you're
go
right.
ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you will know. You will know. You might try to ignore it. That's where people mess. That's where people mess up at. Like,
I mean, man.
You know who's who, but like when we was no, not y'all, not y'all. But when I was out there in the streets, you know what I'm saying? you'll know like who's who. But it'd be that one day that you be like, dang, well, you know what? I didn't do that. I made the mistake one day. Man, yeah, give me a ride over here back to
Boy.
the SWATs. You know what I'm saying?
Boy.
Give me a ride back over to the SWAT. Man,
Boy.
son is stuck this woman up,
Boy.
took her car.
Wow. Yep.
Man,
Yep.
now we on a high speed chase coming down
Oh,
Fairport.
that's crazy, man. Boy,
Just
it
off
happens
a
though.
ride.
That kind yep.
Just off a ride.
Off a ride.
Because you don't know.
But this the question though. Was he known for doing stuff like that? The dude you got in the car with?
No, like
Wow.
I wouldn't expect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know who's
a hustler, yeah. But
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't like sometimes you can't determine a person's moral compass. They say you'll lie, you'll cheat, you'll lie, you'll lie, you'll steal, you'll kill. Like, but that's not true. You know what I mean? But guess what, man? Sometimes you didn't know your friend was a pervert like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta watch conversations that dude a little weird. You know
And
what I mean?
then
You don't leave dude around the kids.
then your homeboy pull up in the BMW, y'all like 15. Man, how you get a BMW? You never even had a car. Man, just get in the car. Nah. Then you find out it's a Fiend car, man. You know, he gave a Fiend a $5 rock to drive his car.
we'll like that part we'll understand. That part will
But you can still get in trouble. You get caught with him in the car because the Fiend will call the police.
Listen,
Man, he
we
took
know-
my car.
We know that part. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We know that part. Like if you would say, hey man, that's my auntie car. Cause that's where I took it as. Like
Yeah.
Because back then, aunties let you borrow your car. Hey, go ahead and do this. Go on a little run. That's what I was thinking.
Now, here's the important part. What did you learn from that, though?
Shit, boy, I ain't never ride with nobody.
That's
Nigga,
real. Hey, that's real, man.
Excuse my language.
Because I feel
barely
you. No,
wanted to
that's
ride
real.
with- Mike, I barely wanted to ride with you that day. I was like, man, I'm scared.
Hey, man, I had a
I don't
family
ride. I don't
member.
ride people.
I had a family member, bro. I'm not gonna say the name. He took me to actual door. I didn't even realize it till I went there and dropped. He went in and came out. I was like, man, he will never ride with me again, ever. I don't care where he got to go. I don't care if you got to go to the senior home. I'm not taking you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that stuff happens, man. You know what I'm
Buy
saying?
my own damn car. I said, man,
Sometimes, I know they teach you not to stereotype and stuff like that, but sometimes you got to avoid trouble and crime. You know what I'm saying?
we out east and we're trying to go back to the SWATs because that's where everything is.
Yeah.
Man, come on. I never ride with people like that again.
I feel you. That's real. That's a real thing. Some people, they say, "Oh man, I just need a ride." And then it's people that do that. They be in jail for years because they took a ride. Man, it's crazy, but it happens.
Man, that stuff could have ended all the way bad.
You could have lost your life.
All the way bad. I'm like, man, son, they hit the lights. Now, mind you, it's like y'all got excuse me. Mind you, it's like 12 o'clock. No,
Boy.
12:30, 1 o'clock.
In the morning or afternoon?
Afternoon, fair
Wow. Y'all on cop. Bad boys, what you wanna, what you gonna,
like,
what
boy,
you
why
gonna
would
do?
If this your auntie car, why didn't you just pull over? It's like, oh man, I'm gonna take him on the run. What the hell you about to take him on the run?
Dude playing Grand Theft Auto for real.
Nah, that's that. Remember that movie? Was it Caught Up? Was that movie with
First Strike?
when dude came out the bank? He said, "Man, give me a ride to the bank." Oh man. Oh,
I know you lying. I was like,
man, that stuff happened. I know a lot of people that kind of stuff happen too, man. For real. But yeah, guys,
I catch the bus. I catch the
Yeah.
bus.
get that transit. All right, guys, to pick one. If you had to pick one, would you want blazing speed or high awareness?
Awareness is really good on a long run, but you can't teach speed. Let me get that speed.
Yeah, I had to think on the fly.
No, I want high awareness. I just learned from this man. You can have 99 speed, but no awareness, be running in the wrong direction. Fast, really fast.
But you're giving yourself the skill. So
No, but I'm saying we know people that had the blazing speed, but not the awareness. Go ahead.
We're giving it to you, but we're not talking about people. We're giving it to you. You can use whatever gift you choose how you want to use
I
it.
know I pick one. That's why high awareness.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would do. So I would pick the
Talking about
speed
sports.
and work on my other attributes.
Yeah.
But I know you can't. No matter how hard you work on your speed, when you have high awareness, you will never get blazing speed.
But when you got high awareness,
Maybe.
do you really need speed? Because you know how to get in
Yeah.
position.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
there's
Yes.
no amount of
So
intelligence.
what's my guy name that played for the cover 2? What's my guy name? He wasn't fast at all.
John Lynch.
John Lynch. John Lynch was not fast.
Are you talking about just sports, or you talking about just?
This is an analogy, just sports, yeah,
Yeah.
like just sports, just period, yeah. John Lynch was not fast, probably a 4.6, 4.7. True or false?
True, and he was a Hall of Fame.
And he was in position a lot, knocking dudes out.
So was Ed Reed, and Ed Reed was very fast.
Right. But he had the awareness. But the
best-
awareness is what put him over the top.
The best corner in the history of football was Deion Sanders, and he had blazing speed, and he developed the awareness.
But I think he had the awareness too. To bait people.
Yeah, of course.
I
At the
mean,
end,
tomato.
He was doing it his rookie year.
Tomato.
no,
You know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying?
but I don't think he had the absolute high awareness as a rookie.
Because you can
But guess what?
lose
Guess what?
speed. You can lose speed, but have awareness and stay around a little bit longer.
Exactly. That's why you can. That's why I choose the thing that you cannot develop, the thing that you will never get if you don't have it.
But you can have high awareness and low speed and still make it, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and you can try your best with your little high awareness, and you can be maybe a top 10 player, maybe, but you'll never kind of be the best of both worlds. When we get like
No, you
people
just
like,
pick one. I mean, if you can pick two, sure, you
Yeah.
pick both.
no,
Yeah,
of course, and I'm picking one, and I'm doing.
If you, that's why I say if you just basing it off on the person that you are, yeah, I'm gonna go with speed because my awareness is already there. It's
Yeah.
already there. So if I got the speed, yes, I'm already 10 steps ahead anyway. I just need
That's the
speed.
cheat code right there. You know what I mean? And then if you can do, and you do that in life, you know what I mean? If you can do tasks very, very quickly
Yeah.
versus to know everything, you know what I mean? We're talking about doing, and then you're talking about knowing.
Because if I know where you're going, do I have to be fast if I know I can get there before you get there? Intersect you?
No,
Yeah.
you can't do it because the
But
awareness.
guess what?
Because if you got the awareness, you know the steps to take to get there before he take off.
A lot of people thought that there was a lot of smart people that held Randy Moss. That got balls caught right over them. Got ran right by.
That's just height and other attributes though.
Yeah, I mean, but like, no
That's why I
matter
say
where,
it's
no
just
matter
all-
where you stand, I can run by you. I'm going to be where I need to be before you get there. And guess what? If I catch a hitch, you got to figure out where I'm going.
I'm
Good
knocking
luck.
you out. You catch your hitch, I'm knocking you out. As soon as you catch the hit,
But-
I'm knocking you out when you try to turn the curve.
Yeah, but
Gonna be like,
Like you
Trevor
say-
Lawrence. You want to be like Trevor Lawrence? That's what you want to be like.
he didn't have zero speed.
Superman, stick your chest out. Hey, one dude said, Marcel Zavali said something that made so much sense. He said, 1 yard can be the difference between you getting knocked out or sliding in instead of getting 10 yards, slide at the 9 yards.
No,
He tried to
had
get the
a-
first down and slide. That's what got him knocked out.
No,
He
his
said-
awareness, his awareness got him the first down.
But I'm saying to get the first down, he gonna have to get knocked
No,
out.
no.
Though that's what I'm saying.
Listen, but he was giving himself up way before them.
Yes,
Way before that.
yes.
You can see. I mean, he was turned to the side. That's not a defensive.
But he's
running
saying if
motion.
he would have slid before the first down marker, he wouldn't have got because the defense is to stop you from getting the first down, right?
Yeah.
And that's what he tried to do. You know what I'm saying? I know that's
But-
tough for people to digest, but
No,
when
no,
you're
I
on
mean, no, no.
defense,
I understand, but he got to understand his money.
Yeah,
Two,
that's true
he's
too.
going to get fined and injected for what he's doing
Oh,
because
100%.
he's skating. Trevor Lawrence is skating the rules. But you saw him giving himself up. He slowed down. He turned to the side, and he was still
But
moving
he was
forward.
he used blazing speed though. He didn't have time to change when he used blazing speed.
Nah,
So
He-
when you
he-
going that fast, you want 100.
Trevor Lawrence does not have blazing speed.
No, the safety that hit him or the linebacker that hit him.
You see, he did the
Man,
one
that
that hit him,
linebacker man clocked him, man. Right when he
No,
slid, his knee hit
that
the
was-
ground.
you know that everybody that really know, boy, that was a dirty ass hit. I don't care
That
what
was
I don't care what the rules in the rule.
What I'm
book
saying
say.
is, I'm not saying it's not a dirty hit, but what I'm saying is, how bad do you want the first down?
Man, what?
Like,
no. He had to do some dirty stuff to stop that man.
no, I'm
You
saying
didn't.
from a quarterback, if I take this slide with this safety coming in me full speed, I'm probably gonna get hit. It's gonna happen. Do I want the first down, or do I want to slide before I get to the first down to keep from getting hit?
It's against the rules.
That don't mean it's not gonna happen. I mean,
He rolled the
it's
dice.
illegal. It's
He rolled the
illegal to
dice.
shoot somebody. It's illegal to shoot at somebody, but sell us some fake dope. See what happened. You know
He
what
rolled
I'm
the dice and he accepted how they feel.
Exactly. He rolled the dice. He stuck his chest out in a 38 snub.
But that dude, he's paying the price.
Oh yeah, he definitely paying the price.
I mean, especially when you're not one of those premier guys, you know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
not making multi-million dollars.
Yeah.
$30,000 decision or
Boy.
$50,000 decision is kind of hefty.
Yes, sir. All right, next one. The challenge of being a man, adding responsibility before resources. How challenging does that make being a man? I can say from experience that, man, when you start adding on bills and all this other stuff and you ain't got the money yet, boy, that change your whole life around. What do you think, man?
But yeah, you gotta add the responsibilities first before you start adding those luxury items and those resources. You gotta know how that looks, because you know what I mean. It's easy to pay for that little hit your debit card for that vacation that was only $1,500.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. And then when the mortgage come out, you know what I mean, and say insufficient funds. So you got to make sure that just because the card will swipe, don't mean you're supposed to swipe.
Yeah. And one thing I say to these young bulls out here, man, like, the game is out there now. It's so much data out there now. You want to go out in the woods and start playing the dating game, and you go out there and have kids, child support is a possibility. But if you're not ready for it, they still going to take your resources, whether you're ready for it or not. There is no, I'm not ready yet. Give me a few more years. No. The system don't play around like this. So you have to be careful out here, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you add that responsibility of a child before you have the resources, now you got to figure out how to get the resources.
And
No-
he's just
no
not
matter-
talking about child support. They're taking out your check. He's just talking about supporting your child that you
Yeah.
created. Even
Yeah.
though the child is in your house, you might have sole custody. It costs to support their child,
Yes.
even in your custody. So when the price you pay for the decision you made,
Mm-hmm.
you know, is there.
Yeah. What you got to say, Pill? You still on? Pill.
Yeah, my bad, my bad.
Oh, you good. You good.
Yeah, my bad. I'm still here. But yeah, man, the challenge is always gonna be there. No matter, I don't care how much money you got, how much this and that you got, it's always gonna be there.
Yeah. that's
Like
true.
sometimes you have to. I put it like this. Sometimes you're gonna have to put yourself out there. Like, hey, I need it. Like, I do yours. All right. At some point, I was gonna have to put my riding lawnmower on the trailer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%. If you want to be efficient, yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's a responsibility
Mm-hmm.
that I had to do to create even more money to, to take care of my resources. If
But
that
see how you
makes
thought
sense.
it out? What I'm saying, these young bulls not thinking stuff out. They just adding stuff, but not realizing how much it costs to add
Like,
it. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, they
Yeah.
think, but this like their way of thinking is like,
Yeah.
okay, I can see where you got it confused there.
Yeah. Because the other thing about adding a trailer, you have to keep that trailer maintained with the
Man,
tires and the wheels,
God, man,
plus your car
everything.
tires and
The
wheels. You know
hitch,
what I'm
your
saying?
trailer hitch, you got to do all
Yes.
that. You got
You
to
know
make
what
sure
I'm
all that
saying?
stuff.
Man, somebody, one time somebody stole the hitch off my truck, bro. A trailer hitch,
Man,
man. I was like, man,
man,
that's just still a trailer hitch.
who still like you
Yeah,
have to think. You have to think.
for sure.
10 steps ahead.
You have
Forget like
to.
one or two or three.
Before you get it. You got to think
Boy,
before you get it, right? Yeah, that's what I be
yeah.
telling kids. Like I tell the kid, girls, they be want to have kids. Think about it. You want to have a kid by yourself? You
Mm,
ain't never had a kid crying. They don't even know why they crying, and you ain't slept in 2 days.
yeah.
And you by yourself as a single parent. We trying to tell you not to go down that path. Nobody's judging you. We trying to tell you about
Yeah.
the responsibility before you got the resources. You know what I'm saying?
Like, and it
Yeah.
like if we want to put it in dating terms, sometimes you have to see what a person is willing to go through just to see, like, okay, not you put them through it. Like, oh, how would you handle if your parents did this and like this what you're gonna go through and like, dang, this is how you gonna act. Like, I never ever wanted to date a woman that don't have their shit together. I mean, excuse me, have their
Yeah.
stuff together. But when I say stuff together, I mean like, okay, yeah, you might not be able to cook every day
Oh, we finna talk about that too.
or four
Close that
days a
thought.
week.
We finna move to the next slide, right?
Yeah.
The insight of being a man. Do women misunderstand what men want on
Yes.
social media? Do they have a
Yeah.
misunderstanding? Like
Yeah.
dudes, men don't like BBLs and all this stuff, man. That's the
Well,
women like that stuff.
I'm not gonna say that. I mean,
Yeah.
You like BBLs? You like that?
men like everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm saying long term, not
Like
for
to
long
look at it.
term.
Yeah,
Like to look
yeah.
at
I
it.
mean, yeah. I like to look at everything.
But they
And I
think
think
that men want them for long term relationships. That's a
Long-term.
misunderstanding.
it is no. So okay. The standard is like, well, if a woman gets a BBL, she has low self-esteem. She doesn't know herself and know her value. I know intelligent women, nurses, nurse practitioners, pharmacists
Mhm.
that got BBLs. You know what I mean?
So does
They
that
use
mean
it.
they book smart but not life smart? I don't know.
I mean,
Listen,
they
a
made
B-
an investment. They spent their money how they wanted to spend it. You know what I mean? So when I see this question, talking about a woman's appearance on herself, projecting that on me, I don't got really much to say about that. But knowing what a man wants in a relationship versus how he wants to be treated, whether he wants to be cooked for, whether he wants to be loved and nurtured, whether he wants to be matched 50-50 financially, or does a man want a woman to buy him
You don't.
gifts? Or I'm just talking about treatment.
Yeah, you don't even hear that on social media though. With the stuff you just said, you rarely hear women talk
But I
about
mean,
that.
I can only go into what I'm, saying
Yeah,
about being
for sure.
misunderstood as a man and what I want in a woman,
Right.
what she thinks I want. You know what I mean?
Right.
If a woman had to make me feel better, most of the time she will do what makes her feel better.
Right.
You know
It's
what
an
I mean?
assumption. Right. They never ask you. They just
I don't
assume.
even really want that. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
you're trying to be in a relationship with another woman because you're doing things that you would like and not
Right.
asking me things that I would like. You know what I
Right.
mean? So when I see women misunderstand what men want, that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
A big disconnect. You're in a relationship with somebody and you giving him stuff that you would want. You know what I mean?
Right.
and I say like they never understand. It's tough to get a woman to think how a man would think. Like it gotta be X, Y, Z, da da da. No, it's not. You ain't gotta do all that. You don't have to do all that.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Be like assumptions. Like I'm not saying a woman's appearance, but they think they use that as a gateway. Dudes like this, so I'm gonna get this.
Oh,
Um,
like
But no. They like attention. Dudes will give them attention if they
Right,
have it.
but for the
No.
wrong reason, not for what you
No,
think
no,
though.
I mean, shit. Nobody's like trying to.
it wasn't for the men.
But it's women out there that think that they're gonna get a husband because they go get the whole
No.
body works.
Yeah, if you attract a man and then you have a really good personality, once you attract him, you have really good values. You use the big booty to attract them, and you use your Christian values to keep them. That probably will work for you. You know what I mean? But if men keep reacting positively to BBLs and things like that, people are gonna keep getting them.
Now here's the question: what kind of men react positively? That's the question.
The
Men.
tricks.
Men.
The tricks. The
Yeah.
tricks are gonna spin it.
Yeah.
And
Like,
guess what? That's the kind
He said the
of sometimes what women want. They want men that's providing on super. Like I meet you 2 days in, I'm trying to pay your rent. A lot of women want that type of man.
To change, everybody know my name. I guess I gotta charge it to the game.
But I think women do misunderstand. Sometimes they assume
women do it just for the women, man. Excuse me, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was. You just took it out of my mouth. They do it for other women. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't us.
That's what I'm saying too.
They just showing. They just
Well,
doing it to show off.
That's why it's a lot of women single, man. They don't realize it could be their attitude that really keeping them single. It's the attitude.
Women are single because they want to. Because every man wants a woman. Like I mean, you can't walk by a man that don't want a woman.
We just talked about a dude earlier that he didn't want a woman, so I'm not.
Well, the
Just
men,
talk.
the heterosexual men want women. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to be with them, but I like ugly women. I mean, I like women as a people, like just who they are. I don't have to
So
marry all
here's
of
an unpopular take. Every man has probably talked to an ugly woman in their lifetime, in their dating lifetime, their dating cycle, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of
Because
things.
I told my wife a lot of times that's the practice squad. That's where you kind of, get your playbook together on. You know what I'm saying?
But with everybody's being beautiful, now everybody's beautiful. No matter if you're 300
Who said
pounds, you're beautiful. That's what the society says.
Oh.
If you're a 600-pound woman, you're still beautiful in your own way. So now everybody's beautiful, and
So she's 600 pound beautiful. I get it. She's 600 pound beautiful. I get it.
Everybody acts like that. So when you talk to you can't. Ugly girls aren't practiced no more. You know what I mean? Because everybody's a 10 in their own mind because you get to grade yourself.
I mean that's fine, but it's reality. I get what you're saying, but it's also reality too. I get it.
The reality is like what. Hey, you'll be like, man, that motherfucker don't look good. But well, shit, I'm gonna tell you something right now. Like shit, the most beautiful women, them the ones that had the best personality. They somewhat cook. You feel me? And once you get to looking at, this motherfucker ugly. Like, no, this motherfucker ain't ugly. That's the fine motherfucker right there. That's the fan one.
Hey, I get what you're saying though.
To each his own, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to each his own, but there is a scale. I'm just gonna say that there's a scale.
Yeah,
there's a 0,
it's
1 to 10,
scale.
0 to 10. Huh?
That's imaginary scale. You know what
It's
I'm saying?
like, what you think about what you get? Because I can see a person with Halle Berry still looking for somebody better, still looking for somebody.
But is this their fault? If Halle Berry been married to that many dudes, is it the dude's fault or is it you got to put some of the responsibility on her?
That's not what we're talking about. Yes, obviously something's wrong with her. She's an actress. Like you don't know that person. People be like, "Well, I know Halle Berry wouldn't do this." She's an actress. You don't know that woman.
Yeah.
You don't know if she lying or not.
Yeah, I mean because not just Halle Berry. Any actress is a professional liar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they lie on an Academy Award winning scale. You know what I mean? This person's got an Oscar for making you believe she was somebody else.
What age do you think if a woman is still single at a certain age? What age they just want to be single? You don't think so?
I don't think that's a that's a personality trait and that's a decision.
I said 37.
I said 37.
37. You lying.
Yeah.
I don't think it's everybody's goal to be with somebody. You know, now like to have access to somebody. You know what I mean? To have a little sexual partner,
They
to
lying
have
to
a friend.
themselves.
But just to have a person, like you know, a assigned person, I don't think that's everybody's goal.
I don't know. I don't know if I ever met a woman that didn't want to be with nobody. I just think sometimes you get in their own way.
I definitely have.
They lying
I
to
never seen that.
themselves. I don't care
Yeah,
what.
I met women that say that. I met women that say that, but
Even
then they
me.
end up changing. They end up changing. their mind.
I
Even
think
me,
women.
they lying to themselves.
I bet women who don't like their food to touch. This is
Yeah.
you over here. This is me over here. This is my
Yeah.
house. This is my space. You
That's
can come over. You can come over here and drop off some packages, but you can't definitely you know they don't really.
But when the
want-
package too good, they start to
Hey.
change. When the package too good, like wait a minute, you FedEx. I don't want you to be FedEx. You delivering the package too many places. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would say in most cases you guys are right, but you know definitely not.
That's-
all.
I know you back in the game. I know you back in the
Yeah, but
game, man.
it-
So you know what I'm saying. I
as
know you
a-
gotta be.
Like say it, like how I see it, babe. That is just the weirdest thing to me. What do
What's
you
that?
mean you don't? What do you mean you don't like your food touching?
I definitely don't like my food.
Yeah, I don't
That
like my
is
food
weird.
touching either. I don't like my greens touching my strawberry cake, dog. No.
No, you listen. The separation, I understand that part.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about stuff that is like, what do you mean you don't want your chicken touching your spaghetti, or your fish touching your spaghetti, or your fish touching your grits.
Yeah.
That is it's just the weirdest thing to me. Like, nigga, excuse me. Oh damn, I'm bad. Nigga.
You don't
Y'all
want
ain't grow up
everything.
like that.
Everybody weird, man. Everybody has a weird.
No.
Everybody got a weird. I'm telling you,
No,
man.
people want things in their little space. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You are here. Stay in your bubble, and I have this over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want my Xbox touching my PlayStation controllers.
Yeah.
You keep that over there. This is your space. This
Yeah.
is my space. I want to compartmentalize. These are my work friends. My work friends don't mix with my school friends or my home friends. You know, people don't like those worlds to mix.
Yeah, but that ain't the same thing. Like, stop lying to yourself. Like, man, come on.
Everybody live different realities, man. I mean, that's what
I've
I'm
had
saying.
women say, "That's my best friend. My best friend can't be best friends with you. My best friend can't have other friends."
Well,
This is the logic of these
that's a
people.
little different. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
I mean, they want this over there. You can be my friend in my space, and then when I go over here, you can have another best friend, but you can't have another best friend around me.
Right.
People are emotionally weird people. So,
They
Yeah,
are.
but you can't put. What y'all saying is like, you can't put greens and cornbread together. Like, what? You still
Some people like that though. It's people out there, man.
I don't
people
want my I don't want my bread with. I don't want my bread.
Man,
beans
it's
with my
millions of
cornbread.
people in the world, Peel. We can make a general personality
Yes.
trait, and I guarantee you it's a person out there like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Like,
That's what's
But-
crazy about the world.
Listen, hey, but when you say that, like, I get it. Like, it's
Yeah.
certain things that I get. Okay,
this-
bread wet is I understand that. But man, what do you mean you don't want your sweet potatoes in a dressing mix? Man, come on, because you could still gonna consume it the same way.
It's a mental, logical kind of thing, man.
It don't make sense, but it's
It
like,
don't make sense, but it
it's
works.
Going down to like people just don't
Undiagnosed,
like it. It just don't. It drives you crazy.
undiagnosed trauma. It's undiagnosed trauma. Just say you had trauma. You don't
Yeah,
wanna
man.
deal with it.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. But yeah, I'm like that. I don't want my dressing touching my yams, man. No.
What?
You know what? You know what? This is the thing right there. Like some people,
Do you eat by yourself?
the tongue will be right there, but they won't let it go just a little inch lower. Just because that's weird if it goes just a little inch lower. Man,
Man, what you talking? What's at the inch?
You know
What's
what?
at the inch?
you eat
you know
the
what?
same thing, bro.
You know
What's
what?
at the inch?
Y'all-
Yes.
Hey,
Now,
you know what?
this how I'm gonna break it down.
Y'all-
You won't cross that line. Some people don't want their dressing to touch their sweet potatoes. Just like
know.
some people won't cross their line. It's too
Cross
close.
the line.
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
Yep. You know what? Just say it. You're autistic. That's it. Just say it. Just
Man,
say you
everybody on the spectrum, they just don't want to admit it.
Everybody-
Everybody is. I mean, we hang around you long enough. You probably on the spectrum with the yard
Yeah.
stuff.
Man,
you probably
I
do
am.
certain stuff. You
I
probably
am
cut
all
the
the
yard a
way.
certain way.
all the way. All the way. I know I am.
I know everybody
I know
is.
I am, but y'all
Everybody
won't admit
is about certain
Y'all-
stuff. Everybody got
it. Y'all won't
OCD.
admit it.
I'm telling you, I got OCD. I'm telling you, I know I'm crazy. I tell you all the time.
I'm just playing.
Everybody on the spectrum, man. They just don't
I'm
admit
like-
it. For sure.
You know, I got a sexual learning disorder.
No, they just damn. What
I got
the-
sexlexia.
Yeah, oh shit. This
I thought you was on them power pills, man.
oh, man.
That Ozempic. You said he got that Ozempic, man. You power up on them.
No.
But all right, guys. Thanks for watching. What's
What?
up?
Now we about to end it.
You want to
Dang,
keep
we've
going?
been
I don't
on
know how
for a
long
minute.
Jake got. I don't know how long. Huh? How much longer you got, Jake?
I mean, I can chill, but
About
we
30
go on for a
minutes.
minute.
Hey, yo,
All right, I
about 30.
get it, though, man. So what you gonna go, Pill? What you thinking about now?
No, we're not gonna escape the fact that everybody's autistic in their own little way.
We're not saying that. We telling you. We're saying the same
I mean,
thing.
I think that's what makes us all individuals.
Yes,
It's
100%.
Because like some people don't want. I don't. You know, I love women, but I won't touch their feet. Like what? Like what? Like you love the woman, but that part you don't love. You know what I mean? I kiss every part of her, but I don't do feet.
So you kiss feet?
Something they
You
don't
kiss
do.
feet?
On a woman?
Yeah.
I don't like feet, but
But you just see,
I mean, that's my personal problem. I don't like, and I'll kiss a woman anywhere. I like the whole woman's whole body.
So you won't cross that line. So you saying you won't cross? You won't go down that 1 inch, cross that line.
I will, but I don't like to.
I would do anything for love, but I want to.
Hey, Jack. I agree with you. I agree with you. But them feet gotta be pretty.
I'm like Dun DC Curry. I'm like Dun DC Curry. So I ain't licking no feet, but give me a plate of pig feet. I suck every toe on the plate.
And that's crazy to me, but
man.
But you know, it's like with women, it's a pretty exception. You know what I mean? Well, I don't do feet. Well, them feet look pretty good. You know what I mean? So you know.
I mean, man, it's so like Peel, man. I understand. It's so much stuff that about people that's not talked about when you talk about OCD personality traits. Like you think about people that swingers. If you see that there's some weird people in real life, you know what I'm saying? When you work in big companies, you probably working with one. Don't even know. You just look at little key stuff they do. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I'm gonna take it a weird level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you ever been into a X-rated site, you know how many people got to look at a category for the category to actually be there in bold in a preset. You know what I mean? Sometimes if it's really weird, you got to make it up. Like you know what I mean? Elephant dress, like mermaid. But if it's there, people are into it. So
yes,
next time you get some free time, just go on a site like that and just look at the categories. And guess what? Over 1 million people or 2 million people are into that weird category. So that's how weird or different people are. This is stuff that you don't think about. You can go a year, 2 years without thinking about, but some people, that's their thing. That's you know what I mean? I ain't never thought about this stuff, but they got a category for them. So if you think you're weird, go find your category.
Yep.
If you think you weird, just go to like Walmart or something. People be like, you know, some people just be in the linen section. They just looking at linens. Like, who cares about linens, man? I'm trying to get groceries, man. You over here in the sheet section, man. Worried about 300 count. Do y'all have 150 count? I need a 300 count. Who cares? Just get the sheets, man.
I don't like this stuff rubbing against my body. You know what I mean? My son, in particular, about like the cover, like on him, it's like, man, Daddy, this rough. Like I don't like.
But it like I say,
and like Jay said, I always pick the hard stuff. Jay said, man, you always take the hardest route. Why? I don't know, but you just do. I don't even know.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree, but it's a part of because like whatever makes you think that's that's the part you have to gravitate towards, because you
Yeah.
know we all want to
But
think
you
in
got to
life.
be careful about what it's focusing. Because when I was younger, you think about like, how can I be more efficient in selling a girl dream? Like this is what when I was like 20, something like that. How can I be more efficient? If I meet a girl, how can I be more efficient to get in the red zone and go ahead and score the touchdown as quickly as possible? You know what I'm
But
saying?
then it's the thing, you're like, well, we was thinking about girls. Like if we would have
Yeah.
thinking about money, the girls would have came. You know what I mean? So
But we probably been talking about at a higher rate. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
We
but if you
would.
had like if you were talking about the money, the
Yeah.
girls would have been coming in a crazy, insane rate. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you're right. You are exactly right.
Self-development attracts more than hunting. Like
Yes.
we're thinking about
Yes.
hunting, we got to go
Yes.
get them, and
Right.
then like self-development is like basically building a trap. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're the bait, so they're always trying to get you.
Yeah. That's one thing I had to learn too, man. I had to learn how to be a professional, man. I had to really learn that. Like,
Yeah. And,
wearing
that,
Dockers and a button-down shirt. I didn't have no
and
to want to do that when I was younger, but I had to
like
figure it out.
and that's like on a whole different type of subject, but it's kind of like the same thing. Like it's some steps that we miss. Like when you're on that type of level, oh, I can get this and this. Like that. When you're on that level, like shit, I really want to see what a motherfucker talking. Excuse my language. I
Yeah.
want to see what a person really talking about,
It's after
and I want to. And then once I see what they talking about, I want to dissect everything. You know what I'm saying? I want to see, like, okay, this she might be the one, even though I know she ain't the one.
So
I
let me
just want.
ask you this.
That's when you're in a better
Let me
place.
ask you this. Did every
Taking
girl
your
you
time
meet,
and not trying to
every girl that you
promote.
talked to, did you think they could have been the one? Every girl that you talked to,
That I really talk to?
did you think they could be the one?
I'm talking about you talking about relationship?
Yes. Every girl that you talked to,
Yeah,
did you
yeah.
but when you was younger, did before
No,
you
no,
got
no.
married, I'm talking about girls.
He's saying if they made it to relationship step,
Yeah.
yeah, he was.
Yeah,
If
shit,
they
yeah.
didn't make it past that first initial talking little stage and they just got knocked off,
Yeah,
no. So that's what he just said.
yeah,
No.
like
I
the
did.
person
That's what
that,
made me different.
like once I get to that stage, like yeah, I, I'm I'm telling you, like
I believe you.
I don't know how many other people even really got a chance to experience that.
I mean, I agree with you. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's three different perspectives right now. Talking about when we was younger, how we was dating.
Mm,
Literally.
Mike, man, nobody had a chance with Mike.
No.
Yeah, like
You had a chance, it's not what you thought it was for though. That was the thing.
like
What they thought it was for.
It's all about selling the dream, baby.
any young lady that I talked to, like no, it's like people didn't even understand. Like I was gap teeth, teeth crooked, and all that. It was before,
My teeth are crooked too. I get
and
what you're saying.
that's why can't nobody tell me like no. Women love ugly dudes. Others.
And
I
I'm
mean, it's
telling
about
you,
I mean, I was around both of y'all. It's about your confidence. You know what I mean? And
I
how
was
you
super
speak to
arrogant.
people. You know, y'all really get personality. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Even in times when y'all wasn't shit, y'all still had personality. Very entertaining people. I worked with y'all on the front lines a lot of times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we had those missions completed. Um,
Not me. No.
Mhm.
I ain't getting nothing completed. But
Boy.
but one thing about it, like John, that's why I was like, if I really want to get fully in depth, like with the young boy, I was like, man, I know I tagged you and Nick into. I was like, man, they was way ahead of their time. Y'all, this what y'all talking about? This what y'all doing? It's like, man, I thought even though y'all was staying in I can't call it the projects, but it's staying
It's
in
the
the
project,
apartment.
dog.
No, it's
It's
the part. No,
straight
it's
projects.
I call it apartments. You know what I'm saying? They were staying in apartments. They were staying in apartments because the way the way they apartments was set up is the same way how the court was set up. Baby, ain't nothing but concrete walls. Ain't no you hanging up your pictures. You had to put something up.
Anchors in the wall, yo, with anchors and screws.
You had to put something up.
Hope you didn't crack it. Crack the mason bricks. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was just mad because I was like, shit, man, y'all got this. This is part that people need. This is what people need. Like that hope. Like shit, y'all came from the dirt too. Yeah, I
Gotta make
know.
it happen, man.
I
Like I said, a
know.
lot of things I had to learn on the fly, man. Like I say, I had to learn on the fly for real, so I had to learn it. Bumped my head a lot.
Man, you
A
have
lot, a
to.
lot, a lot.
You
I'm
have
saying.
to. And
Then you
like
like talking to girls, you learn about other dudes sometimes. You don't want to hear that. One girl
it,
tell you,
you
yeah, I know
know.
your homeboy. I used to do this. Like, what?
Oh man,
I don't
shut
want
up,
to hear
oh,
that.
man.
And then you look at your homeboy, then you like, dang, man,
Mm,
he was
that
We
ain't none of
cool.
my
found
business.
found out old boy was getting probed. You know what I mean?
I know.
Mm,
Jesus Christ.
man.
Oh, man.
Man, stop talking, man. That's between you and him.
Time
Yeah,
is
yeah.
divided to the 8th grade until the 9th when the DE agents first raided.
It's stop because I
Then you
not
learn
know.
how small Little Rock is. You be like,
Man,
man,
you
Little
know
Rock
everything.
small, man. Sometimes you realize dudes be talking to the same. It's like they recycling each other, man. You know what I'm saying?
I
You was
know
just with old dude last month. Now you with his homeboy. Like,
But no,
man.
I mean, you like okay, and then that's a lot of things. Women know a lot more than they say as well.
Oh,
They
100%. Yeah,
talk
they
like
play
they talk
naive.
to you or they talk to your homeboy, and they know who hold water. They know who
Right.
not talking. They getting it, but they're not talking,
Mm-hmm.
and then they know who is talking and things like that. So
Yeah.
like
you know what? Everybody in Little Rock, I think, basically cousins in some kind of way. You know what I mean? Not like blood family, but we know
yeah.
a lot about each other. Like, you know
That's
what I mean?
I
no,
don't know, man. I think it depends on how social you
no,
was, though. I think it depends on how
I know
no.
a
social you
lot of
was.
information about a lot of people I don't even really associate with, but I know them. You know what I mean? They know me. They know of my family and stuff like that. We know people. Like you really know them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And we're like really, really close, even though everybody acts funny, but like especially our general, we real close. We
Like,
didn't have a lot of us had the same girls.
mhm. Like,
Our cousin that dated them, and we know like a lot of people's. I know a lot of people intimate business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's just, I mean, it
Yeah.
ain't
like,
mine to share.
Yeah.
pun your cousin, right?
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
You know that was my best friend. Him, Carlton, Lil Rap. That was
Yeah.
Pun my best friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and
And when
see,
I
that's
say
what I meant. That's what I meant.
like
Like
Pun, my best friend.
my cousin. Yeah, he really put Nick on. Taught a lot to Nick about football. Like that's our blood
Mhm.
cousin, and then it's your best friend. But you know
Yeah.
what I mean.
Right.
Like so, everybody's connected, kind of in some way.
Mm.
Kind of way. Like I didn't even think twice about it. It was like, damn, like Pun
But I
was
think if
like,
I didn't have a car, I probably we wouldn't, because I grew up on Chico. Y'all was over there on 65th
yeah,
though.
Oh yeah,
We
for
went to
sure. You know what I mean.
yeah. So
yeah.
But it's crazy that you even went to Dunbar. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Mhm.
because we was over my auntie house on Pinecone, yeah, which is another whole another world. But yeah,
And that's how people know people, and that's how the people are related. You know what I mean? But then when like I said, you best friend with somebody, and then you end up being friends with their cousin, and then it's like, oh man, it's a whole little
Oh no,
circle of solidness. Like everybody's solid. You know what I mean?
yeah,
hey, man, I never would have guessed. I was like, I don't care if the last name be messed up. I said, I never would have guessed it.
he do
Never,
kind of look like Nick, Brent do. He big pun.
man.
He kind of remind you of Nick a little bit.
What,
Especially when we get
Yeah,
man?
he
Shit,
just had the braids though. He always had the side braids.
shit,
Big pun.
man. That's what I'm saying. That was
Yeah,
like for real. Like man, that shit hurt me. It hurt me.
yeah,
When Pun
yeah.
just his birthday just passed. Like
yeah,
that shit hurt me. But to get back to what we was talking about, everybody, everybody, no matter who knows who. At some point, John, what you said is like shit. We all related. I don't care what you think. We all related some kind of way. Might not be blood. That my cousin some kind of way. And when I say cousin, I was like, man, that like
Yeah, I mean,
you
nobody's pure
dropping them
black.
jewels.
You
No,
talking about?
you drop them jewels. You know what I'm saying? Drop them
Yeah.
jewels and put that fat on these young people head, like without even just preaching, like, cause they don't want to hear that preaching stuff. They don't want to hear it.
They should.
No, they don't want to hear it, Mike. I'm
I
telling you.
know. That's fine. That's all you got. That's
Yeah.
fine. I'm not.
But you gonna find at least one or two who be like, "What you talking about?"
I don't think they want to hear anything. I don't think they want to hear the preaching. They don't want to hear advice. I don't think none
Well,
of them.
I
They
mean,
don't want to hear.
that's
none
a
of it.
negative. That's a very negative point of view with saying.
But look at what's going on. Look at the young bulls, though. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking from the results of what I'm seeing going on.
Meet them where they at.
No, yeah, no, you. I've been saying
You can, but that don't mean they're gonna listen to
a
you.
lot of them, like, so the prisons aren't like full. Like 90% of high school graduates not going to prison. You know what I mean? That's just like that's
Right.
what you're making it look like when you're saying, well, they don't want to hear it, they don't want to learn.
No, not even the crime stuff. I'm talking about putting, like we just talk about adding responsibilities before you have the resources. That kind of stuff is setting a lot of our kids back.
Let's just say, let's say, people are still graduating college every year. You know what I mean? So it's not like all. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying all. I'm just saying, but not at a high rate. Not at a high rate.
We have colleges is basically HBCUs are basically 80% black people, and they're graduating full class even in COVID time. So I think we got to change our lens, looking at things as positive or negative. A lot of things we see as negativity.
No, I'm looking at it from an objective standpoint. Like being in Southwest, because I still live out
It's
here.
there's not objective looking at everybody and just seeing the people who don't want to listen, who are not being affected by positive change.
No, I'm saying objective, like you can do it both ways, and some people still not gonna take it. That's their choice.
Yeah,
I'm not saying they're wrong. That's their choice.
Well, you got to,
You know
storm is the operative word.
Right.
Yeah. But I gotta drop out.
All right, go ahead, bro.
All right.
Cause you think
Peace,
about the
y'all.
dude. All right, bro.
All right, man.
You think about the dude that did that at the mall, man. Dude, finna get some time, bro. I hate that he even got to go through that, but man, dude finna get hit. And I think it was somebody got shot at a bonfire, got killed or something like that.
Yeah,
man, these dudes out here going crazy, man. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
Like, if you out here beefing with people, you got to know how to move. I'm not saying, like, you can be perfect, but you got to know. You got to understand how to move out here, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope that wasn't the case, but I'm saying, like, even though he got himself out of the situation, now he got the legal trouble. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove, you know?
Yes, yeah.
And that's the tough part that he finna learn, you know.
Yeah.
Do you have the money and the resources to prove that you may not be 100% innocent, but you may be 90%, but can you prove that you're 90% innocent? And that's the hard part, you know, sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like I don't know, like everybody's situation with or whatever,
Right.
but you know, one thing about it, like people don't know about the open carry law in Arkansas.
Yeah.
But discharging it in a public, discharging in a public place like that.
That's a whole nother thing.
See, I already know you like.
That's a whole nother can of worms. You
this
can't
nigga
openly
what he-
discharge it. It may be open carry, but you can't.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't trust it though. I'm just saying it's open carry, but I don't trust it.
And when you laugh, I was like, yes, because we saying the same thing.
Yeah.
We saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Unless Mo did something, hey man, you ain't gotta do that. But you just don't know. Like, hey, you won't know. Like, man, they just shot at me like a week ago, 3 days ago. But like I say, we'll leave that for. That's not for this. That's not what this podcast is about. You feel me?
No, but we just saying the learning part of it. Like if you
Yeah.
out there hot in the streets, man, you gotta know how to move, man. You gotta be careful out there, man. You can't. Some people they go out there and get hot in the streets and they still think it's
Yeah,
regular. It's not
it's
sweet no
different.
more. You gotta
You
be
no
careful,
longer
man.
you no longer you no longer like you can't even go to
Yeah,
even like the most countryest towns. You think like everything's sweet. No, nothing's sweet out here.
man. I
That's what.
know dudes that got into a beef and they couldn't even ride down University. They was getting shot
Yeah,
at in traffic in broad
yeah,
daylight, bro.
yeah.
You know what I'm
You don't
saying? And
do
that's how
it.
crazy it can get. You know what I'm saying?
That's the
Yeah.
part that they missing. Like yeah, like we don't say everything that didn't transpire.
Oh,
Like
100%, sure.
when we was growing up,
Right.
like, and that's why I love this because you have to think. You have to be a
You gotta
thinker.
think. You got to.
You have to.
It don't
Or
cost
else,
nothing to think either. It really don't cost nothing to think either. It don't
or
cost
else,
nothing.
or else you just gonna crash. Or you just gonna be another crash dummy.
Man, for real.
Just another statistic.
Yeah,
That's all I look at it. And
yeah.
I can't fully say like what I really want to say like, but I will say the family that I come from, like man, baby, they full statistics, full.
What was it that made you not go into that cycle though? What I guess thought or what
Uh,
gave you the inclination to say I'm not gonna repeat this statistic in my family?
I had first, I had I had a praying grandmother.
That's real.
I had a praying grandmother, and I had people that saw better in me than I saw,
Mm-hmm.
and but the full, just the full perspective. It's my cousin, but it's my auntie. I call her aunt. I call it that's my auntie, but it's my cousin. Not not cause that's my cousin auntie, but that's that's what everybody else called her.
Yeah.
But that's everybody else call her auntie. You know what I'm saying? That's auntie, and that's my aunt Faye. You're
Yeah. For sure.
and I was on that wrong path.
Oh man, I'm with you. I'm
All the
on that
way,
one too.
all the way. Like everything I learned is like shit. I was on it on a dummy time. All any type of time that anybody was on, I was with it.
Yeah.
But I had to think. But my grandma, she molded me. She molded me, and then once she like, okay, you ready for the world now? I wasn't ready.
And I don't think a kid is when you're young, you're really ready for the world, but
Wasn't
it helps as much foundational knowledge as you can get, you can soak
Yep,
in.
yep.
Because when you learn on the fly, you go back to the foundation. Okay, this is what my uncle or my grandma or elder told me about. So
Mm,
now I can execute that right now. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, man, you're not taught how to deal
mhm.
with that uncle that's always trying to get over on people, and now he's trying to get over on
Yeah.
you. You know what I'm saying? And you got to figure out: am I just gonna tell him no? Can
Oh,
I even tell him no?
yeah.
Or am I just gonna distance myself? Or maybe both. You know what I'm saying? So
No,
yeah, because I know
like
for me, right?
yeah.
What I'm saying that changed that statistic is that's why I kind of like this wood background. It's been times like an analogy. I felt like I was in the
Mm,
middle of the woods. and I had to see the better in myself
Mm-hmm.
instead of waiting on somebody else to see it. I had to see it. You know what I'm saying? But it took me being in the middle of the woods. Why? I don't know, but it did. Being hard headed, had to sit in the middle of the woods. Why am I in
Yeah.
the middle of the woods?
Yeah.
And I had to say, okay, I got to get out the woods, but I got to be smart about this. I got to use as much energy as it took me to get here. I got to use double that to get out. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's kind of how the game go. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have to outthink where you're at. You have to, because the circumstances may not be where you want it to be. That's why I made that the other day on my channel, talking about how to focus. You know, in tough times. You know, sometimes you have to focus. You have to have a priority list. You know what I'm saying? What comes first? What comes second? What comes third? You know what I'm saying? Especially when you get a family, you a man, you a provider, you know, you might have some break on the house. The toilet may break on the house. You may have a leak on a tank boat. You know what I'm saying? Then the tire got a nail in it. The tire got a nail in it. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to figure out what go first. What do I fix first? The toilet or the tire? The nail in the tire? You know what I'm saying?
Talking.
Yeah.
Talking.
But yeah, you gotta list that kind of stuff. Everybody answer gonna be different though. Some people gonna say that I gotta fix the toilet bowl first.
Yeah, what do you do? Like what? Like what do you do?
Yeah, I'm fixing the car because the car could get you to work, it get you to the money. You know what I'm saying?
Talking.
That toilet, I could put a bucket up under it and let it drip in the bucket. But man, when you grow up in the country, man, you understand how to survive and how. Things it's not the end of the world. Something break. You understand how to live.
Hold on. Stop right there. What'd you say? What did you say? Well, something breaks. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world.
No, it's not.
It's not.
No.
That's what I was trying to say. Like when stuff happens. Don't you try to get discouraged because everything happens. Everything gonna happen in life.
It's going to,
But
yes, sir.
But don't you get discouraged?
Yeah, and that's why I say, well, I don't really get caught up in other people's perception because you can only perceive what you know, and sometimes it's on limited stuff that you know. And people don't realize some people only see your success, but they don't see your sacrifice. I said that last night too. They don't see your sacrifice, the things that you had to go through to get to where you are now. You know, not being able to hang out, not being able to do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? When you become a dad, when you become a husband, you're making a commitment to that road that you're picking in your life. You know what I'm saying? And you have to understand that, learning as a man. Cause I always tell young guys, you can never. I can tell you everything about marriage, but until you actually do it, you won't know it until you do it. But you got to go into it with the right mindset, or you'll bail out of it. You know what I'm saying? You'll bail out of it. So,
like I tell any young boy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once you figure it out, it's not hard.
That's true.
Everybody else just making it hard.
But don't ignore your understanding, man. Please don't do that. That's what people do
Don't
on social media.
what you say? Don't ignore your own understanding.
They're ignoring their own understanding. Knowing it's crazy, but they still do it anyway.
But it's a part of it, though.
Yeah.
It's a part of it.
Because the thing is, when you help somebody, do you go into the water with them, or do you throw the lifeline and pull them out?
It depends on where they at. I didn't throw plenty of lifelines.
But would you go in the water with them?
Listen, I done threw plenty of lifelines.
Sure.
But once I go in the water with you, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
But some people got to realize the lifeline is what gets you out. I can't come in the water with you every time. It's not going to happen. Because how did you get out there in the deep in the first place? You know what I'm saying?
And that was my problem. Because guess what? I wasn't throwing a lifeline.
Yeah.
I hopped in the water to begin with. Because
I'm telling risk. Yeah, I'm saying the risk of them pulling you down because they drowning, right?
I'm telling you from the beginning.
Yeah.
I've been in this for a long time.
Yeah, you about as old as me. I get it.
I ain't nothing but about
Too deep to change. Everybody know my name. I guess I gotta charge it to the game.
I ain't nothing but maybe 6 or 7 months ahead. Maybe.
I mean, it's a blessing, man, to make it to 40. I mean, I don't trip about my age at all, though.
Yeah.
Like to make it to 41 is pretty. It's amazing. I know I'm old. Like I used to tell my kids, man, Daddy old, man. I
Yeah,
can't
we
hang with y'all, man.
you know what? And we have to stop doing that.
Do what?
Saying that we old. We're not old.
What's wrong with saying that? It's to me, it's nothing wrong with that. I'm not young. I'm not no young boy no more, man. Them days over.
Nah,
I don't look at it. I look at it as a badge of honor to age. I do.
I oh, that's a
I look at it as a badge of honor to age. It's a blessing to age, man.
mm-hmm.
Everybody don't make it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Because we don't
Many are called, few are chosen, right? Many are called, few are chosen.
days. Yeah, and man, and I've been running away from it for a long time.
Why? You got to answer the why. You don't have to answer it on here. I'm just saying, like, you got to
Yeah.
answer the why you running. Because I did the same thing. I asked myself, why was I running away from it?
Mm.
And I had to sit back and think, aha,
Man, it was
aha, aha. Like a
yeah.
aha.
Nah, but I'm still well grounded. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying you're not well grounded. I'm saying, but
Still,
you know, when you fully embrace it, it's kind of like walking away from the anointing. It's dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
It's dangerous.
Mm.
It's dangerous.
I know that.
Yeah.
Seen it.
So why are you
Scared.
running?
Never ran.
You just said you're running from it. You just said it for a minute.
Nah, I'm running from what I'm talking about. It ain't the same as everybody else.
But it's still
It's not
part of your anointing. Your anointing, nobody's anointing is the same.
It's not the,
But
that one.
but
That
if you're
one
running
trying.
from your call,
I'm
why
trying
are
to
you
get you to
running?
understand it. I'm trying to get you to understand it, Mike. If you have to talk offline. We
Well,
have to talk
guys,
off.
we're gonna get off.
Yeah,
We're
we're
gonna
gonna
get
talk
off this thing, 'cause
offline, but
Time has rewind until
Get
the
off this
8th
thing.
grade, until the 9th when the DE agents first raided.